All right, guys, this is Coach T, the Polepreneur, and I'm back with my independent contractor 1099 versus W-2 employee. Now, we're going to talk about employees. Let's set the record straight, okay? So in my part 2 video, I broke down 1099s. I talked about, just the operating details regarding a 1099, what world you live in when you are a 1099, what freedoms you have, what respect you have to give, and what benefits there are. So in this video, I'm going to summarize for you what, as an employee, what that looks like. I'm going to cover kind of your mindset as an employee. I want to talk about the expectations as an employee, what you should expect, what you shouldn't expect, how you should behave, and how you shouldn't behave. So as a pole studio owner, when you do hire employees or when a studio owner does hire employees, understand that that is a true investment. Labor in a service-based business is one of the highest costs that there is. Okay, next to overhead. Okay, so you have overhead and then you have labor. It is one of the highest costs. It could take up to 40% of your revenue. It is a very high cost, and depending on the way the business is structured, if it's kind of like base plus commission, if it's all base, if it's all commission, that can fluctuate. How creative a pole studio owner can become when it comes to labor cost and the way that they pay people. However, it's still an expensive road to go down when you're hiring W-2s, which is also why a lot of the people in this industry try to go down the independent contractor route, and most of them might not be doing it correctly and are really at risk of being in trouble, because if your independent contractors, like I said in the previous video, aren't truly set up as a business, there's some trouble there because they're not even operating at it. Like, their mind is really a W-2, which we're going to go over today, but you're classified as a 1099 and there's no things showing that they're really 1099. So the W-2 video, part 3 of my series, is really regarding what a W-2 is, what a true employee is, what you can expect and what you should not be expecting from your pole studio owner. And that's what I'm going to cover. So again, I'm Coach T, the Polepreneur. Thank you so much for watching my channel. I hope that you find this information very helpful. If so, make sure you like and subscribe. Also, just a quick disclaimer, I am not a CPA. I am not a tax accountant. I am not an accountant. I am not a lawyer. I just am a pole studio owner with tons of experience in hiring and building a team who's had my hand slapped by the Texas Workforce Commission before, and I understand a lot more through advisement and through development and through experience and through growth. And that's why I'm able to speak on this subject. So this is my experience. This is my advice. But again, always check with your CPA, always check with your accountant, always check with your lawyer, because they're the ones that are going to help support you if there's ever anything that comes up. So on to the W-2 employee world. As an employee, you're really trading your freedom for a paycheck. And I say that in the most respectful way, but you are. You're saying, I am coming to you, mold me however you want, just pay me, just run me my money, the agreed amount. Grow me as a person and run me my money. Take care of me, give me all my tools, all my supplies, make my name great, give me my recognition, and run me my money. That's an employee. They're investments, and employees are great. When you are a pole studio owner and you have a vision, a strong vision for your brand, and you want your brand to be known for a particular way, and you don't want anybody coming in and taking it the opposite direction. Hiring employees is really about that. Hiring employees is about saying, I already wrote the script. I already know what the end result is going to be. I know where we're moving. I just need people that see this too and that want to play with me as well. That see this too and say, okay, I'm going to come in and I'm going to pick up this tool. I'm going to come in and get this hammer. That's what you're looking for. If you're a pole studio owner hiring employees, it means you have a ton of direction. You know where you're going. You know what you want to be known and seen for. You're going to carry the vision. You're going to carry the brand. You're going to carry the marketing. You're going to do all of that, and you just need somebody that will teach it the way that you see it. That's when you're hiring employees. An employee is saying, I have good character. I see your vision. I believe in your vision. I like you as a person, or I don't like you as a person, but I like what you produce, right? I like your offer. It's close in proximity. I don't know, something to that degree, whatever benefit it is that you see, and it's saying, and I'm going to go ahead and get in this ship and you can drive the boat. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get in this ship and you can drive the boat. Pole studio owner, you drive the boat, not me. You drive the boat. So if something goes wrong is your fault, right? Now, I can still be held liable. I could still be put off the boat. But at the end of the day, it's your mess to clean up. Think of it as renting versus owning. 1099 independent contractor is owning a home. I'm a homeowner. Something goes wrong, I got to fix it. Water heater goes out, I got to replace it. I have to have insurance on my home. I have to, pay the mortgage, right? Like, I'm responsible. There's nobody to call. It's me. I'm responsible. W-2 is, oh, it's cold in here. I think the heat went out. Landlord, it's cold in here. I think the heat went out. That is an employee. I'm here to pay my dues. I'm using it, so I still have to pay my dues. I still have to pay my rent, okay? I still have to follow the rules. I can't have more than 5 people living in this house. I can't have more than 2 pets. I have to keep the grass cut. I have to keep maintenance system, with my HVAC. But if it goes out, landlord, I need you to replace this, Now your landlord has the ability to say, okay, well, we're just going to patch it up. We're just going to patch it up because I run the budget. But a 1099 or an independent contractor says, nah, that's not good enough for me. I'm going to replace it. I'd rather not revisit this expense. I'm just going to replace it. That's the difference. So hopefully that's making a little bit more sense for you. W-2s is you get a lot of luxury because someone is kind of taking care of you. You don't have to worry, like, where are my clients coming from? Why? Because your employer is responsible for feeding you clients. Whereas you're also responsible for hitting any benchmarks that they say. So if they say, all right, I'm going to give you 10 clients and your job is to turn them into 20, that's your responsibility. And you should know that in the job description when you signed up. So you still have to follow. It's not a free ride. You have to follow the agreement, an employee agreement, which your duties are outlined, exactly what you're required to do. So if they say that you are to get 10 sales a month, you are to get 10 sales a month. If they say you are to work 25 hours a week, you are to work 25 hours a week. If you don't do that, depending on the state that you're in, you could be fired easily without any questions, without any stair step, first warning, second warning, third warning, probation, all of that. You could just be let go. Okay. So you have to play by the rules of the studio owner, and in turn, the studio owner has to make sure that you are given the tools, that you are given the wherewithal and the know-how to do your job, and that they hired effectively. They put the right person in the right seat. So you're in a sense trading your control, how much you can move the ship, which way you can move the ship, for being, kind of taken care of. And that's a W-2. So a W-2, I said this in my part 2 of this video, comparison video, a W-2, oftentimes, I can't speak for all agreements, but most of the time, a W-2 cannot go work for a competitor while they're working for that company. A W-2 has a lot more stringent rules when it comes to working for an employee, because as an employee, you're such an investment. That means the studio owner has put a lot of investment into you. They have trusted you. They have brought you in and put you on the team. They have given you maybe some extras, some bonuses, maybe some free perks, insurance, things like that. And so with that being stated, you need to be a little loyal, or a lot loyal, right? You should come in and you should help work towards this vision. And that is why hiring a W-2 is great, is because if you have this vision as a pole studio owner, you can demand and expect for a W-2 employee to help you get there. You cannot do that with an independent contractor because they have their own vision, and everything that they do intentionally should be to build their vision. But as a W-2 employee, everything that they do should be to build yours. That is the give and take. So as a W-2, of course, you have to ask. You have to ask for things. Hey, listen, I need the day off. Could I switch schedules? You have to ask, right? The control is in the hands of the pole studio owner. If they say, I don't plan on, there's no other level that you can go on besides this one, there's nothing else for you to do after this, then you're at a cap. As an independent contractor, you set that cap, right? If as an employee, there's typically caps in pay based on position. So you might be paid anywhere between this and this amount, anywhere between 12 and 20, and anywhere between 15 and 20, and once you get to that 20, that's it. You'd have to switch seats to be able to get paid more. As an independent contractor, you just have to wake up one day and say, I want to be paid more, and now I'm gonna do more because I'm gonna get more, right? So there's give and takes in each, but like I said, it's on your responsibility if you're in the independent contractor world to make that happen. So hopefully this overview has broke it down, but listen, there's so many layers when it comes to independent contractors and W-2 employees that I want to give you. And it's very important. I don't care if you're a studio owner watching this and maybe you're thinking about hiring employees, or if you are questioning the 1099s that you have and you're trying to think of how do I get them on track and you need help, call me because I want to help you. We're going to go over that IRS checklist. We're going to go over my former experiences. We're going to take a look and see what your state and city requires. Okay, we're going to take a look at your team and we're going to dive deep into that. If you have been hired as a 1099 and you're like, I don't feel like a 1099. I'm being told to do too many things that don't seem like it. I need to reevaluate this. Before you go to your pole studio owner, let's have a conversation. Call me, Coach T, so I can help you. If you are an employee and you're like, I get it, and a lot of it, what you said makes sense, you know, home ownership, renter, all of that, but I still have a few questions. And, you know, can I change to be a 1099? Yes, you can, but you can't change back. And, you know, that's a red flag. But like I said, we'll get into all of that, okay? So we can get into all of that. Just call me, book a session, click the link in my bio, click the link in the comments. Call me, Coach T. Let's go over this. All right. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this information helpful, watching my 3-part series. If you haven't yet had a chance to see part 1, part 2, make sure you go watch it. And again, thank you so much. Coach T, the Polepreneur, signing off.